Hey, Nick.
Hey, Chase.
It's that time again.
What time is it?
Time for
Fuck This Place!
We're recording now. Go ahead.
Okay, look at Chase McNeil just upgrading the studs. Upgrading.
Yeah, I did. I do have a new background. Congratulations to me.
Dang, someone hit the lotto.
The problem is it's a very narrow space and I didn't know what to put back here. I wanted something that I didn't, because this chair hits this back wall all the time.
Okay.
Like it is just getting scraped like a motherfucker. And so I was like,
you were like, you know what would be good is if I got one of those blocks from the original Mario games.
Yeah, just like we're going. It's yeah, for those who are it's a square. Yeah, it is a what color would you call this? A brick, like a genuine brick. Red?
I feel like it was like brown meets burgundy.
Yeah, like a clay, like a red clay. But not even that red, sort of a brown. Yeah. And I just wanted something also because I'm in the same space for work. So I wanted something back here. Cause again, everybody's like, where are you? You look like you're dead. And so this is a little bit of placemaking without ever having to reveal any part of my personality or anything else.
Yeah. You don't look like you are having a podcast from the abyss any longer. And my co-host in purgatory currently.
Still. That's how purgatory works, folks. Well, I guess I should intro the podcast. Welcome to Fuck This Place, the podcast about jobs. With Chase and Nick. My name is Chase.
My name is Nick, and with us today, fantastic comic. You've seen her on Late Night with Colbert. She has her own podcast called Reply Guys that she's going to tell you about a little later on, but she's here with us now, Kate Willett. Kate, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Feeling really good. Feeling good.
It's not a bad day.
Yeah, it's been a really wild weekend in Brooklyn. Everyone's like out in the street partying and it's very social, very fun. Yeah.
I feel like LA, for context, since this episode's going to come out just a little bit later, this is the election result weekend. LA was honking horns and getting wild, but it all pretty much settled down by like 8:00.
Oh, wow.
I wonder if it was because the news came out at like 11 or like noon, right? East Coast time. It was like late morning, and in LA that's 8 a.m. and the horn started honking at like 9:30, but I kind of feel like people were like, all right, well, I've done my shift. People weren't out, but I'm just saying like the raucousness ended. I feel like everyone's got 8 hours to celebrate. It's just a question of where that falls.
Yeah, I mean, I think because we heard about it at like 11:30 over here on the East Coast, I think a lot of people started drinking right then.
Right.
And kind of kept going all day.
Right.
But 8 a.m. is a bit early for most.
It was tough. I was on Twitter and I was just like, who can I talk to now? No one is the answer. But the horn started, around 9-ish. People clocked in. Well, Kate, the first segment that we do on every podcast is actually a segment we like to call Fuck This Place, ? Where we would decide if we would work somewhere or not.
Okay.
And so we have actually looked up some Craigslist posts from the San Francisco area.
Okay.
That is where you're originally from, or?
Yeah. I'm LA and the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Part of both. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to read 3 Craigslist titles. You'll pick the one you don't want to look at, and then we'll look at the other 2 and decide if we would work there or not.
Okay.
So first job title is, are you a new parent bored during quarantine? Read below. Number 2 is pinternship to help throw music events and parties. And then the last is UFO, including close encounter and contact. Film my story. Which one would you not like to click on? Board parent, pinternship, or the UFO documentary? I'm not sure.
I don't think I want to know about the pinternship.
Yeah. Pinternship sounds like a real Bay Area word. Just sort of like an invention of like, this can't be real, but maybe they, I don't know what they're up to. Okay, so let's take a look, I guess, at we'll save UFO because we know that's going to be a real shitstorm. So post number 1 is, are you a new parent bored during quarantine? Read below. And the post begins, and there is no picture or anything. And the text reads, parents with infants 4 months or less needed for research study at Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia. It's in the San Francisco Craigslist. Not sure what the deal is. The Laboratory for Darwinian Neuroscience at Emory University is currently searching for parents with infants less than 4 months of age to take part in a paid research study. No red flag so far. I mean, it is weird, but parents will be asked to record a 40-second video of their infant crying in their home. Okay, not good.
Creepy.
And then it says these videos will be used in future experiments. Okay. Nope. The study would require approximately 30 minutes of your time. Okay. And your parents will be compensated with and parents, not your parents, and parents will be compensated with $50. There's just a couple more things and the post is over. Our study is seeking parents with infants who are 1, less than 4 months of age, 2, healthy. And then if interested, please email this person at this address for further instructions on the video and to receive the necessary forms to take part in the study. And again, compensation is $50. That is the post.
This feels like it's written by a White Walker from Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I think that I would feel really bad if I knew that my parents sold videos of me crying when I was little.
Yeah. For some reason, like, if you posted a child crying on TikTok and you went viral from it, that's kind of like, well, look, you were just crying and it was kind of funny and I just posted it. But the fact that you sold it, there's something wrong. There's something extra wrong.
The fact that you reached out to someone about it later on, you're like, I got this sweet 40-second vid of my kid crying. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm a little curious. I guess, maybe these people are being actually very realistic, but the fact that it says the study would require 30 minutes of your time for a 40-second video, which again, why 47 seconds specifically? I don't know. I guess 30 minutes is them explaining to you how to make your kid cry.
Just 30 minutes of them explaining that they are the predator from the movie.
Yeah.
Learns through listening to sound.
I also do like that it says these videos will be used in future experiments. As
what
if
a
like
heavy word.
Very
yeah,
heavy.
I mean, because it's like, I'd want to know about what experiments too, because it's like, is it an experiment on people who are sexually attracted to babies? Is it an experiment in
super soldiers?
Yeah.
Super soldiers. Yeah, I agree. And also, like, I don't know, it seems to me like I kind of figured it was that what I was going to be doing, like I kind of figured, like, you're a Darwinian neuroscience at Emory University. Like all those words sound super big and super real, but the fact that you just have to say these will be used in future experiments, it just says to me that there's something else going on that you're for sure not telling me.
Yeah.
We know there's an experiment. You're not just asking for like crying baby videos on your own.
Yeah. I feel like if it was above board, like, so if it was something that was normal, they would tell you. It wouldn't be vague at all.
Yeah,
It'd be like,
what experiments?
We're testing out like walkie-talkies, and we want a lot of different sounds, like just any type of
there's some AI recognition.
Thing. They would tell you, but just the fact that they're like real mad scientists about it.
Yeah. Also, Darwinian is a huge red flag for me. Like survival of the fittest baby or what? Yeah.
Which one of these 40-second babies do you think is gonna live?
Yeah.
This is a fuck this place for me. I'm not into it just because I can't help but think about, like I said, I've already mentioned super soldiers, White Walkers, and the Predator. None of those I'm comfortable with being around.
No, none of those are good people. Yeah, I'm gonna say fuck this place as well. Yeah, I mean, I don't want these people to have my contact info, I guess.
Yeah.
Hang up. Kate?
I'll say fuck this place. I wouldn't sell a video of my baby crying for $50. For 200 maybe, but not for 50.
Okay, yeah. It's like a little negotiable. Because I was gonna say, if they don't, the problem is that this 30 minutes thing. If they were like, just send us the video, we'll give you $50, like that could be worth it. Cause it's just like, look, here's my kid's already crying. I just happened to take a video. Again, this 30 minutes to me says they are going to have a lot of specific asks, none of which I want to comply with.
Yeah.
All right. Post number 2, title is UFO, including close encounter and contact, film my story. And again, no photo, which I'm pretty grateful for on this one. And the text begins, just a real short paragraph. And it says, after years of keeping this experience to myself, I'm finally ready to tell about what took place. This is a very difficult decision for me to make because of reasons you might expect. Yeah, but maybe tell us a couple of them. I am looking for a professional service who will film this into a movie. Let's communicate regarding compensation. And then... and then it says, a female in San Jose.
I mean, whenever someone describes themselves as a female, they for sure are, right? Like that's the way that someone would tell the truth about that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the least red flag statement in this entire thing. I mean, like, yeah, the word female makes me feel like this is the UFO the person had the encounter with.
Yeah.
Who's like writing an ad.
I mean, I actually feel like this is probably completely fake. I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
this is the first time I would say this is the first time since we began digging into Craigslist, which for us has been too long now, that I really think there is a chance that this is the entirety of this ad might be false.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like something maybe that someone posted because they were bored or something, and
it really is the female word that is so, like if they literally didn't say a female in San Jose, they just said San Jose, right? Yeah. I feel like it would be like, all right, this person might be normal crazy,
yeah, or like I am a 50-something woman living in San Jose, or just like, but no one self-describes as a female.
Not a single, no one.
That's like an incel word for.
Yeah. Females, hardcore incel word. That is.
Yeah.
There's just a little bit of like arrogance to the no pay line of just being like, look, you're getting in on this bombshell that is the movie about me being abducted by aliens. Yeah. So just be happy you're a part of it.
Yeah. Despite it being for sure probably like a sort of a fishing expedition here, the pitch isn't too hot. Mainly because like I don't think I've ever actually seen a single movie based off of just one UFO close encounter. Like you watch Unsolved Mysteries and it's like a group of people that saw something in Massachusetts, or I guess like E.T. counts as like a full feature film, but like there's a lot of acts to that. I don't think this person has a full storyboard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of vague about what kind of film, right? It's not like documentary versus, or is this person like, show up with a full crew, a script, and The Rock, because we're making a movie, baby.
I think they want to make a movie. It says film this into a movie.
Oh man,
I don't think they want a documentary at all. I think that they're for sure looking for Independence Day.
Just the one interview while this person is sitting in the recliner saying what happened, and then it's on me to make the rest of it. I gave you the story, dude. Turn it into something. Yeah. Come back in 6 months.
And again, it's probably a teenager who just wants to talk to somebody. I
feel like this is not a teenager. I feel like this is an old man. Yeah. Because film this into a movie is a very way of saying something. And I would say that the word female makes me think that it is an older gentleman.
Yeah, we got a bit of a boomer on our hands here.
Boomer energy, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think that's a very good point. The female combined with film this into a movie. It seems unlikely that like a 14-year-old would use either of those phrasings.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm out, because I feel like if you show up with this person, if they really do feel like what if this was real and they really did think that they were abducted or whatever? I feel like, again, back to this feeling that they're just like, oh, you're lucky to be a part of this. They're going to make me run errands Yeah. You're like, yeah, you want this story? Well, maybe pick me up some food and I'll tell you.
Let's communicate regarding compensation.
Yeah. It's like, bro, it's my movie. Your story, my movie. Anyway. Yeah. I'm going to say fuck this place because this person isn't real. And if they are, if they are, they're an alien. They're an actual alien who's willing to say female. And in which case maybe I do want to, but I'm going to say still no because I'm afraid. And I'm Kate.
Yeah, like they were in the UFO. That was the closest encounter. They came down and they met a human.
Yeah.
They don't say what type of female. It could be a female alien.
Right. It's a very good point.
I would say fuck this place for sure.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on, guys?
Wanted to remind you that you can text the podcast anytime you want.
Night or day, whenever the hell you want.
It's fine. It's the number is 470-BAD-JOBS. The actual numbers are 470-223-5627. That's the number.
So anytime you want. Like I said, middle of the night, whenever. We don't got jobs right now. Whatever's going on with you is going on with us.
I mean, absolutely. Maybe you still have a job and it's like shitty. You can tell us about that. Maybe you don't have a job and it was shitty before.
Maybe you're getting one of those weird temperature forehead checks right now.
For sure.
You want to pull out your phone and just say, you know what, fuck you guys. I'm going to text 470-BAD-JOBS.
470-223-5627 is the number. That is the number. And you can also call us if you want, but I mean, whatever. It's your choice. That's the point here.
Kate, what's the first job you ever had?
First job I ever had was... Oh man, I'm trying to think of the order of my high school jobs. I think the first job I ever had was being a hostess at this one restaurant called the Salt Creek Grill. And I started working there when I was 15. Yeah.
Salt Creek Grill. What did they serve?
Steak. It was a steakhouse.
Okay.
Just the name felt very, just sort of just a restaurant, just a restaurant where there's butter in that little, sort of bloom, almost like a little flower, but you know what I'm talking about when it's just they have a little squeezy thing they put the butter on. Anyway.
It was actually kind of the hot restaurant in town for a minute.
Yeah.
But it was expensive, fancy food, which was cool because I always got a free meal every shift, which was nice.
Nice. What made you get that job? Did you just want your own money, or your parents tell you to get a job, or what was it?
I really wanted to buy a car when I was 16, so I was trying to save for a used car.
Nice.
How'd that go? Were you able to do it with that job, or did you
Yeah. I bought a used Ford Aspire. Do you know what that is?
Ford Aspire.
It is the pre Ford Focus. It's a super tiny little car. I think one day I got rear-ended and the whole thing kind of folded up like a little aluminum can, which it pretty much was. But it was a cheap little car, and it was I was able to I think after a year of saving, I was able to.
So you worked there for a year.
Yeah, I mean, I think I worked there for a little longer than a year. I worked there for a while. Yeah.
All right.
Did you like it there?
So I both liked it and didn't like it, because the thing is working in the service industry is it's very party a lot of the time, and it was very fun to when I was 15 to drink with all my coworkers, and I mean, I was probably hooking up with guys that were older than I should be hooking up with at that age for sure. So it's kind of fun to have a little bit of a social life outside of high school, but also it's just restaurants can be really annoying in the sense that it's all a very unfair place to work. There's always these two girls, I say girls because they really were girls, we were young, they were always they always had the front desk hostess situation, because they were very, I don't know what's an okay way to describe a 16-year-old or 16-year-old sexy? But that was like the vibe that they were going for. And I was kind of like nerdy and stuff. And so I was like, never have to be in the front. And I was like, just like hurt my feelings. They were like trying to like hide me from the customers.
Yeah, does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. Hurt feelings.
So wait, okay, so they had the more, we'll say, approachable girls in the front.
Well, I think it's okay to say at this point that like, and this is not, this is at every fucking Applebee's across the country. Like, this is not the Salt Creek's Grill issue. They do pick weirdly like sexualized, I would say, of that age bracket girls to be the hostess. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To deliver bad news to angry dads. About how long the wait is going to be.
So, but I was gonna say, so these girls are up front. So then, where are you? Like,
I would like walk people back to their tables and stuff a lot. Or. What else do we do? I answer the phones a lot,
Right. So you're on the hosting like team.
Yeah.
You weren't like that, that position, Well,
it was a busy restaurant, so there's usually like 4 hosts working at once or something.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a super busy restaurant.
Yeah, it was like really busy. They were like had the little, buzzers like back when that was kind of a new thing. And
I'd say for a non, I don't know if this is a corporate restaurant, but for something that's not like an Applebee's or whatever, to have a buzzer back then was I'd say a big deal, because like that restaurant kind of invested it on that system on its own,
Yeah. I mean, it was I don't know I think it wasn't like a big chain. I'm not sure if it still exists. I have no idea. I'd be really curious, but it was fun sometimes. Yeah. I don't know.
How did you get the job?
I got the job because I babysat the owner's kid. So I guess my real first job was like babysitting. I babysat a lot in high school, like all the time, and I saved like tons of money from that, because I would like I would, babysit like, 2 nights in a row sometimes. And I could come out of the weekend, making like, $150 some like in cash, and
that was hanging
like
out.
It's like a lot of money to be making like every weekend. It's like a 13 or 14-year-old,
definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I was gonna say, what was your relationship with the hostess, like that were up front? Were you guys get along okay, or was there a tier thing where they were like, look, we give you the customers, they get on their gondola and you to their table or whatever, and then we say up front, like, what, were they cool to you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we were all kind of friends. I mean, I feel like everyone who worked there besides me was named Ashley. And was very blonde. And I definitely remember like feeling like, okay, like these kinds of people like would not be friends with me if we met each other in high school, because they were like probably the very cool people at their school, but
they were the Ashleys,
Yeah, but
they were the Ashleys everywhere they went.
Yeah, I think I was like a little nerdier, and I like liked getting to like hang out with people who like seemed like they were very cool,
But that's a good like, it's a good like it's nice to be out of those contexts, you know what I mean? Like,
totally.
Because like Ashley may be queen of the castle at high school, but Ashley's only like she's maybe queen of the host stand, but like isn't queen of the restaurant, I
bet a lot of those Ashleys own like Pilates businesses now. Definitely all married, definitely all have like lots of kids and shit,
For sure. Yeah, they have a lot of those what are those like Pilates clothes that have like where like the back of the knee is like just a mesh material. A lot of venting there. Yeah, it's a Lululemon, but I feel like it's even Athleta or something. Is that what it is?
For sure.
And a bunch of kids named like Ashlyn or like something just slightly adjacent to Ashley,
Still Ashley, still ruling the roost. So did you change positions while you worked there, or you basically stay host team the whole time?
I think you had to be at least 18 years old to be a server there.
Right, to carry alcohol.
So yeah, I was a host the whole time. Yeah.
How did you eventually skip out of that job?
How did I skip out of that job? I think like my senior year of high school was like, I was like too busy to have a job anymore.
Oh, got it.
So I quit.
The old school excuse.
Yeah.
But it was just nothing wild. You were done. So it was over.
Yeah, nothing bad happened or anything. Yeah.
Cool. Chase, are you good?
Well, I do have a question about these parties.
Yeah.
Just because, like, my first job was a dishwasher, and I knew that everybody in the kitchen was partying, but the division was so steep. Like I was like 16, and the rest of them were like 21.
Yeah.
So they were like, "Yeah, we did a bunch of coke yesterday. Who cares about you?" So, but like, there was a social environment in this staff that like there were parties that you went to where that there was more than just the Ashleys?
Yeah, there were definitely big like restaurant parties and stuff.
That sounds fun. Maybe.
Yeah. No, it was fun. I mean, it definitely was fun. I think sometimes I remember, I think there was like a holiday party where they like shut down the whole restaurant and we just like got to party there. And there was like an open bar and I was like ordering drinks. I was, I mean,
okay, that's what I was curious about.
I don't know if I was even 16 yet, I'm not sure. But yeah.
It's just like, everyone's like, Kate's cool. Kate's getting beers.
No, I mean, but it was everyone,
Right.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Then definitely like there were a bunch of us that worked there that were like in high school, and everyone was getting hammered, and I didn't do any cocaine at that time, but I definitely remember that people were for sure.
Yeah. Cocaine's big in restaurants.
They love it there.
Yeah. They love cocaine there.
Which is weird considering how much most people get paid. I mean, I know that people get paid a lot of cash.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's an expensive drug.
Yeah. And I definitely like, there was like I had a few little, flirty things going on with a couple of the different servers, which was fun.
You cavorted mainly with front of house. Was there a front of house, back of house thing, or like, what I mean, as far as hangouts go?
Let me see if I can remember. Yeah, I definitely think that the kitchen was kind of its own scene,
and especially when you're a host, you're very far removed,
Yeah, exactly.
Like you have no reason to go
We didn't even have to go back. We didn't go back there ever, So yeah.
Just curious, I just, like I've never been in that young and had an actual restaurant social setup. So same as having an older restaurant social setup. But less legal, a lot less legal.
All right. Okay, Kate. So that was your first job. What would you say is the worst job you've ever had?
Oh man. Worst job I've ever had. Give me a second to kind of think.
You got time.
Because I've had plenty of bad jobs. Okay. I will say, I will, when I first moved to New York, I think I had the worst job ever. And I worked for this like Swedish startup that like was
Swedish.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was this Swedish startup, and I was like answering customer emails, and it's like all comics that worked there, but this was like an app that was supposed to like help people save money, and it was just like taking. Like it withdrew money from people's bank accounts to put it in like a savings account. But the thing is like the app didn't really work. And it was like just taking a bunch of money out of people's accounts that like didn't like need to, people did not sign up to have them take. So it just made people like calling and like flipping out. Like, I have no way to pay my rent. What did you guys do? And like, just like resolving like customer service complaints from like people who were like, in a severe crisis because this like stupid product didn't work, and there was a team of us that had to be in the office every day at like 9 a.m. And all the managers worked from home.
That's great.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. But so like there'd be like a business meeting, and like the dudes that were like managing us would be like laying in bed and shit, and then like talking to us about how we had been late for work or whatever. I was like, dude, you're not even fucking here,
That's
and then
so like, great.
Like complaining at you through their yawning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then I had to I had a tour planned, you know, because this is comic, and like I had a tour planned, and it was like for, you know, a week and a half or something like that. And you know, I told them when I started, like, hey, I'm gonna like have to go on tour sometimes. They're like, that's fine, you can work from the road or whatever. And then they like revoked that, and they're like, you're gonna really have to think about your priorities. Like, you're gonna have to decide, like, do you want to go on tour, or do you want this job? And I was like, I would like to go on tour. Like, no, I don't really want this job. And like, I was just like, they're just like, you know, so are you gonna, when's your last day? I'm like, how about like right now? Like, you know, how about I just leave today? You know, so yeah.
This conversation started 5 minutes ago. Let's just clock it right then.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it was also really annoying because there was a lot of like false positivity, you know, like we had to do like a lot of like little cheers and like, you know, workshops and just all this shit. And it was just like so weird, you know?
Yeah. Well, how did you follow? I mean, obviously you had just moved to New York, and you knew some comics who were working there, or like what led you in?
I knew some comics who were working there. It was like they hired like a whole customer service team of comedians, and then I heard that they fired the entire customer service team of comedians, and they're like, we're just like gonna hire like people who like want to do this and are good at this.
Yeah. Super smart. I was just about to say, like, comics are the source for either a really specific situation that works for them that they can get you in on, or the worst goddamn job you've ever heard of. There's no in between. It's just like, oh, I shovel shit for a living. Do you want to do that with me? Like, fuck no, I don't want to do that. Or they're like, oh yeah, I work for this one weirdo. There's no room. Sorry. That's it. You know, and every now and then maybe there's an in, but yeah, they're in my experience, infamous for providing the worst opportunities of all time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that was like one comic who got everyone else in, you know, and it became like, I don't know. It was just a very, very annoying, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, how long total did you work there?
Maybe 2 months.
Yeah. Was there like, how did they frame it when you showed up? Of, you know, like, it seems to me like they, especially if they have this like false positivity thing, that they would be like, oh, it's just like this easy, you know, like you got to answer these emails or these calls or whatever. Like, I'm never here, so fucking, I don't care. You know, like what was the pitch as you came in? Was it like, this will be
just
chill?
Like, it's easy. You can do it from home sometimes, right? You know, like, it's just a lot of comics work here because you can have a flexible schedule,
right?
But the flexible schedule meant, like, you know, if you wanted to like leave at, you know, a half an hour early one day, you could come in a half an hour early or something. You know what I mean? Like, if you negotiated it in advance, you know, it was not flexible. And it was just like, I think it just had this like kind of like tech douche vibe too, where it was like, so, you know, just like, yeah, you know, we're just like really cool here. You can like be yourself. And, you know,
as long as you do exactly what the fuck I tell you all the time.
They're like, and they're cool because they have a beanbag chair in one corner.
Yeah, exactly. And it was in a WeWork too. So yeah, great. I had to go to the WeWork every day, which is like WeWorks are so douchey, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not overly familiar. What is a WeWork exactly?
It's like a co-working space where people can rent office space, and
it's
like a lot of tech startups, you know, in there.
Okay.
And it just is a very like, I think the company may have collapsed.
I was just about to say, it's a garbage fucking company. That is even prior to COVID was having a fuckload of issues. Because it's like, you know, the idea is, you know, you have companies that rent out the space, they don't use it all the time. So I think the pitch was, you know, just like Uber or Lyft, which no one's a fan of how they're running things either. You know, the car gets used by more people than just one person, right? You know, like, and you can over rent a co-working space, right? Instead of just one person, one desk, 5 people use that desk, right? But like, nobody wants to do that. You know, like, it's like, well, this is just a glorified coffee shop, you know, but you don't even make drinks, or maybe you do. But
they did have free coffee there, which was cool.
Okay.
Free good coffee all the time. And also I think kombucha on tap, which was kind of
all right. Okay. What do you think? I guess this is a bit of a big picture. I just personally, I feel like the Silicon Valley vibe has poisoned work culture, since, the last, what do we say, 5-6 years? Like,
Yeah,
it just,
for
to me, it's
sure.
a bummer that, like, you show up and, like, I don't know. I don't know what you would want the New York vibe to be, but it's not a New York vibe. You get there and they're like, we're fake chill. Why don't you come be with us and compromise everything? Why, I feel like I miss the good old days when someone would just yell at you from the very beginning and what it was about.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely I did some temping when I first moved to New York, before I got this job, and the temping, I definitely saw like a lot of offices which were like very New York vibes.
Yeah.
Like you had to dress up and shit. And I was like, I'm not gonna like go like buy like hundreds of dollars worth of like super ugly clothes that I need,
I'm not going to JC fucking Penny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on the other end, like that way where I'm just like, if I show up to a job, you better give me a dumb t-shirt with your logo on it. And that's the one shirt I'm going to wear every day I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm also not buying any merch from you guys.
Did you have any, was it just always kind of the same chaos, as far as dealing with customer service? Like, I mean, how accountable were you? Was it like a really bad thing if you didn't fix their issue, or could you fix their issues?
No, that was the thing. We couldn't fix anything. Like we had no power to fix anything. We had to just escalate everything to the guy that was in bed.
Yeah. Guy was like,
I was like, why don't you just answer these calls? Because you're the only one that can do anything.
Yeah.
So, but it was just like,
I mean, he's essentially using you as a barrier.
Exactly.
I mean,
that was my job, is to be a barrier. Yeah.
So then like someone calls you, they're like, oh my God, $900 has disappeared from my account. And you just got to be like, oh, that's crazy. Like you can't do anything to help them. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like we couldn't, it was just like, I'm very sorry that you've had that experience, can you send me screenshots or whatever? And then I'll have my manager get back to you. And then, the guy would fix it. And I actually think that they did, they would give people back the money that they were not supposed to withdraw,
That's
as
good.
well as they would cover the overdraft fees.
Also,
so I
very
think
good.
I think this company though, like, is if they're still in business, they had to lay off almost all of their staff because they spent like all of their venture capital on overdraft fees because their app didn't work. So they just kept taking all the money out of people's banking accounts, and then people would get like 3 or 4 overdraft fees from that, and then the company would like pay them all, which I guess is good. But it's like you would think that would have like given them an incentive to like actually like fix the app so it didn't do this.
Yeah, you would think that would save them a lot of money if they would just fix the actual app.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, I was refunding people's overdraft fees like in an amount every day that was like far greater than I was making.
Yeah, like $120 or like $180 every day, and that's just you, right? I mean, how many customers did you have to work with, like side by side with other customer service people?
Yeah, I mean that part was kind of fun because they were all comics,
Right.
And I like had just moved to New York, so it was like fun to like meet some other comedians and stuff, Yeah,
that's cool,
man. I guess it's a kind of like, the story, I guess, would have gone a different way if like they were dishonest about all that overdraft stuff,
Yeah, I mean, at least they were, good about
they're
that
idiots.
stuff. But it was also like, I think a lot of the shit went down like after I left. Like they had several people who worked for the company, including like a family that had just both spouses worked for the company, and they had just had a baby, and they had those people relocate to Sweden. And then like a couple weeks after that, they laid everybody off.
Oh my God.
And this was like this like family had like sold their home in LA and shit, and like, you know, they're just like, okay, well, all right,
we just live in Sweden now.
yeah, but so I mean they had to move back, you know,
right, because you don't have a
like,
job, you can't just stay in Sweden.
yeah, but they like really screwed everyone over. I think it was just, you know, there's like I mean just like a lot of startups, like the people who, you know, have the idea, like think it's a much better idea or more useful than it actually is.
Right.
And they were just very confident that they would just keep getting, you know, rounds of funding, and they did not.
Right. Well, and there's also a huge difference between, you know, and again, as a lowly customer service person, you have nothing to do with this, but there's a big difference between the idea and the execution. You know what I mean? Like, oh, let me overdraft amounts of money from people. Like, yeah, it's not an incredible idea, but if you're going to do it, maybe you should do it right.
Not have your employees move across the world, get stranded, and then probably call someone like Kate and be like, look, we're stuck here. And they're just like, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Send you up to the boss to talk about it.
Yeah, I will say that structure is exceedingly common. That I would say that most management, or especially like that first tier of management, like maybe first and second tier, exist, again, human barricade, like just so that they don't have to talk to somebody, which honestly, you know, I would want that too.
Yeah. You guys ever heard of David Graeber? He wrote this book called Bullshit Jobs. He died, I think, a few months ago.
No, we're going to read that book on this podcast now.
But no, it reminds me of your podcast. That's why I brought it up, because it's about like how many jobs are actually completely like they're not necessary. They're just,
I think I did hear of him get interviewed on NPR or something. He's dead?
Yeah.
He died?
He did. I know. It's a great loss, because he was a really, really smart and moral person, it seems like.
Jeez. Well, I definitely check out that book. Damn, that's so wild. Dead dudes. Well, Kate, I'm gonna recover from him. We always make sure to ask 3 questions before the podcast is over.
Okay.
Question number 1, which I think we have most of the answers to this one, for the worst job, is when were you done and how did you quit? Like, it was obviously this tour thing.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
I just love that, like, how, I guess people, you know, I've heard that question get asked. I've had that question get asked of like, oh, well, you're gonna have to prioritize this or this. And it's like, you have no idea who I am. Like, you know, like you think I'm going to answer this question with, you're my priority. Like, it's just stunning to me.
Yeah.
Like, even if you don't have a dream, you're not my priority. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even if I don't have a creative aspirations and I work a part-time job doing whatever, like the reason it's part-time is you're only part of my time. Like,
exactly.
The rest of my life is a black hole, and I prioritize that over you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a stunning question, I guess. So yeah, we know when you're done, how to quit. It all happened right then. For question number 2, what's one good thing you took from that very bad job at the startup?
So I mean, I definitely made friends there, and the friends that I made there were like comics that were like a bit outside of like my kind of particular lane of comedy, if that makes sense. Like,
absolutely,
in my immediate sort of like, I tend to do like more like alt shows and stuff, and these folks were a little bit more, you know, club type people, and you know, it's like, it was fun. It was fun to know them, and definitely were some of my like good friends when, you know, especially for like the first year or 2 I was in New York. You know.
Cool.
Yeah, the camaraderie, I mean, cannot be understated.
Yeah, I mean, and the fact that it like sucked so much, like kind of bonded us together, you know, because we had like been through this horrible thing.
Yeah. Every time you see the person in public, it's just like, those phones.
Yeah.
They were bad, weren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, well, question number 3, not about that bad job, is, you know, the pandemic has thrown a lot of wrenches in gears, a lot of dreams asunder, one could say. How's that been going? Got any thoughts on that? That's kind of an open-ended question.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, I'm really bummed that I don't get to do stand-up as much as I used to, although I have done, you know, outside shows and stuff. I've, you know, made a good portion of my living touring before, and that seems like I have no idea when, if that will come back. But, you know, I guess it's just been about kind of like finding other outlets for creativity. I just finished an audiobook that is going to come out in January. And I think that really helped kind of keep me sane, because it was like something to work on with deadlines. And now I feel a little bit more like, I mean, I finished it, so I'm a little bit like, what's the next thing, but hopefully I couldn't wait to have it done. And now I'm like, oh no, it's done.
Yeah.
When can I have another like horribly stressful like moving deadline, Yeah.
When can I be paranoid that I'll never complete another creative project ever again?
I know. I was kind of paranoid I would never complete it. Cause I mean, writing a book takes like a year or two sometimes,
Sure.
And it's like, it's very like, there's a point in the middle of it where it just seems like, man, I might not end up doing this.
No, I think you're right. I mean, I feel like a book in particular has got to be one of the most lonely creative endeavors. I mean, sure, people's feedback and whatever, but in the end, you're just sort of like, well,
yeah, definitely. It's definitely different than comedy where you get like the immediate reaction,
And even stand-up is lonely in its own way, but at least there's feedback, like there's a sort of, it happens, you get it, when you test things, whereas writing is just like, this feels good when I read it to myself. And when they read it, they say it feels good when they read it to themselves. I guess that's okay. That's hard. Wild. Okay, well, Kate, where can people find you on the internet if you'd like to be found?
I'm at Kate Willett with 2 L's and 2 T's on Twitter, Kate.Willett on Instagram.
Ooh.
And I have my own podcast with my friend Julia Claire, and that is called Reply Guys. And what we talk about on that show is feminism, politics, and the internet. And it's a really fun show. We have interviewed a bunch of candidates for office, some of whom just won, and we'll be going to the U.S. House of Representatives, Senate. So I don't know. I love doing that. That's definitely been a nice thing to do in the pandemic, to have that going on. So please check it out. Yeah,
absolutely,
for sure. And we'll, if you're watching this on YouTube or if you're listening, is all those links are in the show notes. So just click on details or whatever if you're in a podcast app, or just look down below if you're on YouTube, and all those links are there. So you can just start clicking away.
Awesome.
Well, thank you, Kate, so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And fuck this place. Nick.
Yeah.
We got to write in, baby.
We got to write in, my guy?
Yep. Hot stuff. And if you want to write in, by the way, easy. 470-223-5627. That's 470-223-5627. It's a text. You text me, and then I say, what's up? And that's how it goes.
Say what up to Chase, man. Say what up.
Today, we have a follow-up write-in, not from our infamous follow-up write-in, #JordanLives.
Oh, dude.
Which, by the way, hope Jordan's doing all right. We have a follow-up from our dear friend, Andrew, who wrote us. And for those who have not listened to Andrew's write-in, he had just signed up for TaskRabbit and was playing Fck This Place ? Every single day.
I was trying to think of what he did, but yeah.
Building IKEA furniture, I believe, was what was mentioned. So today we have an update from that. I believe that job. I'm not sure. Anyway, but the text begins, and Andrew says, "Holy shit!" Follow up. So,
oh man, hit me, Andrew. Let's do it.
So, turns out the person that hired me for the IKEA furniture. Okay, this is the exact same job.
Oh man, he's still there. Andrew, we gotta get you out of there, my guy.
Andrew, blink twice if you need help, or text twice if you need help. So, it turns out that the person that hired me for the IKEA furniture was a post-high school couple in their first condo together.
Okay.
Which I hope that means their first apartment. If they bought a condo, fuck these
fucking
kids.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Anyway, big time. Classic small town move. I mean, isn't it? It's a classic move in general, but post high school.
They just did it for that one picture in front of that place they're going to post. That's it. All that money for one picture. 19 likes on that picture.
Not even 20, not even 21. Because you're not 21. You're just out of high school. They got into a fight because their Alexa wasn't set up to play music. Classic, just at a high school fight.
I've heard of people dying for as much.
So the guy put some Eminem on his phone and left it out on the counter so I could kind of hear it. I just like,
cool.
I just like that. Maybe we're gonna learn more about this as the message goes on.
Like the idea of like distantly in the distance hearing Eminem talking about killing his whole family and stuff.
Yeah, like why'd you pick Eminem? Dude? It's such like fucking just like mean.
Yeah, it's like
mean man music.
Yeah, in the distance you can hear a white guy just being really inspired by angry lyrics. Just like
I just feel like like Eminem to me is like headphone music. You know what I mean? Like there's some music that like
on the bus, headphones.
Yeah. You're writing your verses for your rap battle later. Oh shit, that's 8 Mile. But either way, like it's not like I just like that they got in a fight about trying to give him some good work vibes. And the fight ends with well, let me just put you on the Eminem's latest album, Music to Get Murdered By.
Yeah. I like too that they're like fighting and they're like screaming, "You're stressing out the TaskRabbit guy. Like, you're not even fucking thinking about TaskRabbit, Andrew over there." And Andrew's like, "Dude, I'm fine." And they're like, "Shut up, Andrew. We're putting on tunes.
We're putting on the Marshall Mathers LP." Okay. So I could kind of hear it, which again, great. Then he left to get ice and water filters at Walmart. So these people just fucking moved in. It sounds like if they don't have an Alexa that works and they get ice and water filters, like, you know what I mean? Like these seems like people moved in today.
Yeah. People, or just ice enthusiasts. I don't know.
I said, did I say she left to get ice and water?
Oh, well, she get ice enthusiast couple.
Yeah. Her partner then proceeded to sit on the couch and watch 2.5 Men. What a great
dude! Who are these people?
What a terrible show. Okay, well, while I put together their kitchen table, which let's just pause for a second here and say this person obviously has awful taste. If their consolation prize is Eminem on their phone, and then they choose to go to their TV and watch 2.5 Men. Like this kitchen table has got to be ugly as fuck. They haven't picked out a single good thing yet. So
they just want Andrew to be like pumped up for making their table. It's just like,
I don't know.
I think it's so weird.
Yeah. And then Andrew says,
man, I saw it. I just saw the next line.
He was taking bong rips the whole time and told me not to tell her about it in all caps.
Come on, man.
So he sits down. He's like, "Let me watch my favorite show, 2.5 Men." He turns it on. And he probably just, not even thinking, just grabs a bong and just starts going at it. And then a couple rips in, finally comes to his senses, and he's like, "Hey, man."
He's like, "Oh, shit. Hey, you're cool, right?"
Don't tell her, man. Like, how she's gonna know, man? You're smoking indoors. Yeah. It's gonna smell.
Dude, this guy sounds like he's made up of extra parts from other people. Like just these what is this personality?
Yeah, like he's like a part guy who's watched Pineapple Express.
Yeah.
Like
Charlie Sheen's underrated, bro.
Yeah, you're right. Just a very strange assembly of people.
Yeah.
But I would say the weed does really explain the 2.5 Men, though. I mean, as far as making something tolerable.
Yeah.
And then, it then became clear that I had tons of other IKEA projects to do, way more than was listed in the TaskRabbit post. We talked about this, I feel like. It's like, as soon as you get into their space, they're just going to be like, "Oh, well, you're here. Can you just..." Yeah. And it's like, the effort is not getting here. The effort is being here in your weird ass apartment that has no furniture except for a 5-foot bong.
Yeah.
So here I am, an hour away from my house, putting together IKEA furniture in a 20-year-old couple's condo, inhaling secondhand weed smoke and listening to a weird mix of Eminem and 2.5 Men. Which, don't those two sound the same? I decided I had to get the fuck out of there. Good on you, Andrew.
Good on you, Andrew.
And the only thing I could think of was to make up some emergency. Definitely bad karma, but I told them I just gotten a call that my friend was hit by a car and was in critical condition and that I had to leave.
And then the guy was like, "Whoa, I'm too high for this, man."
Hey, man, I don't want to hear about the dead, man. And then Andrew finishes up and says, "I just got home." And that is the right end.
Dude, thank you for coming to us first. I appreciate it. I feel your anxiety through this.
Yeah.
I like this, like, don't get me wrong, hilarious. This sounds hilarious, but
terrible.
But for you to feel like, all right, Andrew's a TaskRabbit. He knows how to make stuff. So I imagine he's not jumpy, like I just feel like he's like
hold on, just a second. You said Andrew knows how to make stuff. I don't think that's true. I'm not saying that Andrew doesn't. I'm just saying that like this is IKEA furniture. Supposedly anybody's supposed to be able to make it.
Yeah, but also not true because they hired someone else to do it.
Okay, yeah. Okay, all right. Finally, it's a wash.
I'm just saying, Andrew doesn't seem to me, from the little we know about him, like someone that's gonna shake like a leaf that easy. So sure. This must have been fucking intense.
Yeah.
To
start with a fight.
Yeah. And then to this guy's like, I gotta cool out with some 2.5 Men. Like, it's the only thing that's gonna chill me out.
Yeah, man, I love the idea that guy has a DVD. He's like, Blu-ray of 2.5 Men. He's like, his hands are like shaking.
Yeah, he's
fucking. This is after Charlie Sheen left. This is with Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah. He just putting it on real shaky in his PlayStation.
It comes out of the tray a couple times.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
Yeah.
He just gets up.
Fight.
I'll say he just gets up and you find out he's just YouTubing the Eminem song and he's got to scroll it back to the party likes.
He doesn't even have Amazon Music.
Andrew's just like, well, if it comes down to, I'm gonna hit this guy with the part C that connects into part D. If it comes that way. What a bizarre situation. And dude, I understand your fear on the bad karma situation of I said my friend was in a super bad accident, but at the same time, you had to escalate things because they had already escalated things. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let me give you a little credit there, Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
That if you said hey man, I gotta go, this kind of sucks. You don't know, they're gonna they could just deadbolt the door right then,
Yeah.
And then you're building IKEA furniture for who knows how long, the rest of quarantine.
Yeah. Just making cabinets in there forever.
Yeah. You're just cabinet guy now. You become a cabinet, And it's just it's like Beauty and the Beast, you're like food.
That's how Beauty and the Beast started. Is they're just TaskRabbits.
You're just that sexy candle guy.
Yeah. Just a weird French TaskRabbit. Now you're all sacre bleu about everything.
So that's what I'm saying, Andrew. I understand. Say whatever. Put whatever sage or whatever you got to do to clear that up. But I think at the time that was what was called for, and I would have done the same thing. I need something fucking non-negotiable to get me out of here.
Yeah. Andrew, I want to know now, what was the Eminem enthusiast response? How does then your money transaction work? Are you just fuck it?
You just cancel.
And then did they follow up with you about, because I've told some lies. I've told some lies about friends being dead, grandpas being dead to get out of work in my life. And I've had to answer some weird questions about my supposed dead people.
So, how are you holding up?
Yeah, dude, are you good? Or
my dad's a doctor. Do you want him to see him?
Yeah. Oh, he's at that hospital you're going to. Cool. I'll tell my dad you're coming.
He's head of cardiology.
Yeah. So I'd like to know how they reacted. Was he just too stoned out of his mind, or where he's like, remember that old drug commercial where he's just super flat, he has no bones. You remember that? It was an anti-weed commercial where
yeah. We're just
laid out on the couch.
Okay, man.
Yeah.
See you later. Yeah.
Dude, sucks, bro.
Yeah, I would guess that he was pretty stoned. I mean, again, he's watching 2.5 Men. It's not even in. And what was he watching it on? What is 2.5 Men even streaming on?
Yeah, I don't think anything. I don't know, or maybe
we
it's
gotta leave that.
Regular. Yeah.
Gotta leave that where
that's not for us to know in this life.
Yeah, man. Sorry that happened to you, Andrew.
Dude, keep your head up, Andrew.
Yeah. Just keep tasking, I guess is what they say about that. And fuck those people. But,
dude, fuck those people.
And that apartment and condo and place.
Mm-hmm. And that show.
And that show.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
If you had a great time listening to today's episode, drop a review. We would be super thankful to you. It's Thanksgiving coming up soon, so hope you have a really great one. Hope you don't get COVID. I really hope that. Hope you don't give someone COVID. I also hope that for them. Anyway, we're super grateful. We're grateful to Andrew for that ridiculous write-in. We're grateful to you for listening. There's just so much to be thankful for. Okay, bye for now. Fuck this place.